Hey everyone, and welcome back to Woo Woo Wednesday, where I share my intuitive insight and weekly wisdom with you through the use of Oracle and Tarot cards. I am so excited. I just got paused because I thought I was on the wrong account. Okay, I think we're all good. We're on the right account. That's how we're entering in Scorpio season, just pausing to make sure that we're taking the right steps. So I'm so glad to be back. Welcome back, party people. It's been a solid month, it feels like, that I have just been celebrating and traveling and really just taking time to find boundaries around my own personal self-care and just spending time pouring into me. And, with that, it being Libra season is all about relationships and how you relate to others. That certainly was a theme for me in my own personal life, which is why it had me coming home to myself. But with it moving into Scorpio season, and we've got a full moon in Taurus just this weekend, we are being kind of like spotlighted to turn that energy of people pleasing and relationships inward and to start asking ourselves about where is it that we have not been honoring our true desires. This is about turning the light inward and finding where our comfort zone and our security is. So I can't wait to dive into this reading with you and share the energy coming through for the full moon in Taurus. Hello. Hey, y'all. So good to see everyone. Hi, Kara. Aw, hello. It's so good to see everybody. Say hello if you're watching live. Drop your name in the chat. Where are you watching from? And how are you feeling this Scorpio season? Normally Scorpio season, I go and hide. Scorpios are crazy. My mom is a Scorpio, so I always joke and say I've only made enough room in my life for one, and that's my mama. But I'm just so excited because Scorpio season really is a time of getting truthful and honest with ourselves. And as we've gone through the relationships in Libra season, it's really shown us who supports us, who's in our inner circle, who are we people pleasing in hopes that we get something out of, or vice versa. And really getting clear on how we show up in those relationships and what energy we bring. And Scorpio season is going to highlight that chapter of really showing us where our energy is leaking, where we're draining our energy in hopes that other people will nurture it or fulfill it. This is the opportunity for you to take radical responsibility and pour that energy and the nurturing back into yourself. So I can't wait to dive in. Scorpio season is intense already. All the feels in every area of life. Hello, I'm Goddess Emily. I've been a hibernating bear and a little bit of a loner. You're totally not alone in being a loner. I too, over the last month, even though it's my birthday month and there have been a lot of nice peopling things, I've also found my own personal energy trying to withdraw and just take more time to be alone and to be by myself and just to figure out where are my boundaries, where is my new routine, where's my new level of balance with self-care and service. So you are not alone. I'm resetting. Yeah, this is the perfect time for rebirth and transformation. We've got Halloween next week. I always love getting to do tarot readings on Halloween. So, and actually one of the people I'm reading on Halloween happens to have the same birthday as me, October 13th on October 31st. So it's going to be quite magical. I met her at the hair retreat in Utah that I attended back in September. So it's just so magical, all the things that always unfold. I always have the craziest experiences. Last year on Halloween, we did a podcast interview with Andrew Caruthers, and his dad came through in a dream the night before Halloween, and we did our call, and I was like, I just got the craziest message from your dad. Would you be open to receiving it? And he was, and it was very beautiful and how aligned. I mean, he showed me a Harley Davidson logo, and Andrew that day was wearing a Harley Davidson shirt, and he said, no, I'll show you even one better. The picture that the dad had shown me in my mind, I was like, prove to me that this is you. And he showed me a Harley Davidson logo and a bubble braid, where you put the doot, 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 doot. And I was like, that's oddly specific, but way to choose hair for a hairdresser. And Andrew does hair as well. So I'm like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. So when I shared that with him, he said, oh my God. And he showed me the card, and it was his dad's work badge, and he worked at Harley Davidson, and he had a little bubble braid. I was like, oh my God, you got to be kidding me. It's so crazy. So I know Halloween's going to bring up a lot of fun energy. I've been spending a lot of time in nature. Yes, Chris and I and my best friend Jessie just got back from our nature getaway, and it's just so lovely to recharge and to plug back in to the heart chakra energy. What's fascinating about nature is that the green that's in chlorophyll resonates to the same frequency that our heart chakra does. So nature truly does have a healing energy to it. And that's why we feel so at peace and calm when we find ourselves disconnecting from the concrete jungle and getting back to nature. Okay, so it's so good to just check in with everyone. So Now that I've said hello to you guys, I'm back. I've been busy, birthday, all the things. It's just so nice to get back into this new routine and groove of what showing up and being of service looks like. So thank you so much for all of the support, all the love, all the birthday wishes, the cards, the shout outs, everything. It was just incredible. So I just appreciate you for being here, being my community, and being a part of the support squad. So before I dive in, I'm going to show two decks that I got for my birthday, or like during my birthday month. And I thought that would be fun. And if you guys are interested, I'll do a reading next week with one of the new decks. Hi, Brandy. Hey, Linz. Okay, so two new decks that came last week. And then I'm actually going to pull some tarot cards from another deck that you guys have never seen. We're changing it up today here on Woo Woo Wednesday. So I just wanted to give a shout out to my friend Pamela Chin. She is the creator of this Owl Tarot, and the Tarot of the Owls, if you will. She also has created the Unicorn Tarot deck, and quite a few others that I have shown here on the channel. She's even done one that's like Harry Potter themed, super cute. So I wanted to bring this on and just show you guys how cool this deck is. The guidebook itself is like so stunning with the artwork. And I don't know what your connection is to the owls, but I find that when my grandmother passed, I was sent a random stuffed animal owl in the mail. I ordered like a pin, the flare that you put on like at TGI Fridays. Well, I have flare all over my like salon apron. And I ordered a button, and in the package of the button, I got sent a random stuffed owl. And it was right after my grandmother passed. So for me, now I associate my grandmother with the owl energy. So when I did my interview with Pamela inside Shine School, she's one of our expert teachers teaching on tapping for a millionaire mindset. She said, I just created this brand new tarot. I'd love to send it to you. And so it was all about owls, and it made me think of my grandmother. So I wanted to just show you how cool this Owl Tarot deck is from Pamela Chin. And if you guys are into it, let me know. Drop it in the comments, and I'll do a reading next week with it. But I just wanted to kind of show you guys some of the cards. The back of the cards are stunning. And then there's your one card for today. The Two of Pentacles, balance, flexibility, adaptability. There you go. So if you guys like the Owl Tarot deck, let me know in the comments. I'll do a reading next week with it. And then I'm going to show you one more before we get started. Let me know how you guys like that one. That looks like a beautiful deck. Yeah, so fun. Now the other one, screech owls are supposed to emerge this weekend. Oh, how cool is that? Yes, please. Okay, you guys are into it. So the other deck that I have for you guys that I will pull from in another week is the Illuminate Your Source Energy by my friend Brooke. She runs May the Quartz Be With You, and she is my go-to crystal queen. When I'm looking for crystals, actually, I'll show you. I have one right here. When I'm looking for crystals, I go to Brooke at May the Quartz Be With You. It's MYTQBWY. So she just did the first letter of each word. So May the Quartz Be With You. I actually bought this piece literally the day of or after Noodles passed away. She was doing a live crystal sale, and I was like, shopping grief. So I got on and I bought this beautiful crystal from May the Quartz Be With You. And it's sitting on Noodles' altar right here next to me. So I'm going to just put that right back over there with Mr. Noodles, and then continue showing you her deck. So when I talk about being the crystal queen, she really is. I've left this deck in perfect condition. I haven't opened it so that I could showcase it to you guys here on the channel, but you guys can see this beautiful lotus flower, and the colors are just stunning. Pinks, purples, blues, and each section is a different type of either crystal or astrology sign or herb. Like we just pulled open to mint, and mint's affirmation is clarity. With great clarity and conviction and confidence, I share my voice and speak my truth. My ideas and concepts are recognized as valuable, innovative, and authentic. I feel amazing when I share from an open heart, and I liven up the space that I am in. So it's really cool because this is like 260 something pages. She really did a beautiful job. I'm looking at it. I know I'm supposed to be showing you guys, but she did a beautiful job of creating so much information. This is like a resource. They're not just cards. They're like a resource for how these different crystals, herbs, astrology, all the different things can support your energy. and your growth. So I have those 2 new decks that I'll be pulling from in the future, and let me know which one resonated most with you. So big shout out to my friend Pamela and Brooke for creating decks, because I know how hard it can be in the process of creation. I needed to hear that. Yes, may the courts be with you. Thank you so much for putting that in there. Yay, Brookie's deck. Exactly. So it's really beautiful to get to support my friends who are the amazing artists behind the deck and using their wisdom to make a difference in the world. So those are my new decks that I got in October. Chris even got me one. I should have brought that one out. And it's a palmistry deck, and it teaches you how to read palms. So I did get 3 decks in October, which was so fun. And Chris has always asked me, is there like such thing as too many decks? No, never. Like, we'll just get a bigger shelf. It's totally fine. But today we're going to pull some cards from my new favorite tarot deck. This is the Rider-Waite tarot. If you follow like the, I don't know, the what traditional tarot. I'm like trying to think of the word. So it's really fun. It doesn't have all the colors for the symbology that I usually like in my Morgan Greer tarot or even the original Rider-Waite, but it's pink and I love it so much. So what's cool about this deck is that it gives you both the reversed and the upright meanings. And then it also gives you the decan and the astrology and a little like what element it is connected. So it gives you a little bit more information than your traditional tarot decks. So I thought this was fun. I just did a personal one-on-one reading with one of my clients and used this deck, and the energy felt great. So I thought, you know what, this deck is on fire today. I'm going to keep using it for today's Woo Woo Wednesday reading. No such thing as too many decks. Exactly. Oh, she's getting married this weekend, and I get to finally, and I can finally get my deck from her. Oh, well, big extra shout out to Miss Brooke and her getting married. What a beautiful moment. And yeah, just so special to see all these celebrations and birthing babies and relationships, business. It's just incredible. Okay, so second deck. Okay, perfect. I'll pull from both of them in the next coming weeks, but I just wanted to get a temperature and see what you guys are interested in, what you guys like. Okay, so let me just check up perfect for Scorpio season. Mint. I love it. Good afternoon. Hi, Ashley. Okay, if you guys are ready for this reading, go ahead and type ready in the chat. Give me some hearts, something to let me know that we are focused, grounded, and ready to make some magic happen. I just wanted to play a little show and tell after I've been gone for a little while. But most importantly, I want to set the tone for what we can expect in this full moon in Taurus. This is going to be a beautiful time of finding our footing, of finding what our new sense of security and our relationship to money and how we spend and receive, like what that dynamic looks like. But as I mentioned earlier, most importantly, it's about turning the spotlight back in on us and making sure that you're focused on what your desires are. Where are you not allowing yourself to fully embrace what lights you up and to be your authentic self. I think this is a perfect eclipse to finally put an end to that savage self-sabotage. That's what we're doing. We're going to put an end to that self-sabotage with this eclipse that's happening on this full moon in Taurus. 5 degrees. It's going to be one of change and challenge. So get ready for Scorpio season, but also on the other side of change is new beginnings and exciting miracles. So stay open to receive. Don't close down when it gets hard. Don't give up. That's the most important message that's been coming through in my life and in my coaching clients' lives is don't give up. You're at the point where people fucking quit right now. Like this is that moment where people want to quit. And we need you to stay committed, heart open, and ready for anything because miracles can happen in an instant. All right, I'm getting all choked up, y'all. Let me get a drink. Hi, Jade. SpongeBob says, I'm ready. You guys are so fun. Okay, almost just cried with those words. I know, it choked me up. My throat chakra is like, ah. So I had to compose myself. All right, full moon in Taurus. We're ready to reclaim our power. Let's just take a big, deep breath in collectively. And exhale, just sigh it out. Really ground yourself. Taurus energy, we need to get our feet back on the earth. Feel that practicality again. Feel like we have a sense of footing when all things are changing in our life right now. We need to have some sense of stability, some sense of peace. So I invite you to use your breath as that tool to anchor you, to ground you, to feel like you have a sense of direction. As control freaks, I know how easy it can be to lose our sense in the world and our place in it because we don't know what the next step is. We're embracing the unknown, and that can bring up a lot of fear. So just take one more nice big deep breath in. Then exhale, feel it out. And then open your eyes if you've closed them down and just give yourself permission to honor your feelings. I've definitely felt like a savage internally. You're not alone. All of our feels, they are deeply brewing and they are coming up to the surface to be released. This eclipse is pulling out all that, I imagine like pulling out toxins, right? Like how you take charcoal to like pull out all that toxic shit in the body. I feel like this is what this eclipse season is about. It's like a magnet for your toxicity, your toxic behaviors, the toxic feelings that you're harboring and the thoughts that you're creating. And in Libra season, it shined a light on what relationships are inflaming that toxicity, as well as supporting the growth too. So it's not just doom and gloom, but also to recognize what is working. And sometimes when we're on that purge of release and we're in that transformation, we get caught up in what isn't working. And so we forget to honor and appreciate that there are great things and great qualities in our life, our relationship. So we get all like down and depressed and doom and gloom and like everything's terrible. So if you find yourself saying that like everything fucking sucks right now, everything is a very big blanket, broad statement. So reel that back in, because that can feel overwhelming if everything is fucked up in your life. But if like my relationship just isn't working as I would want it to, but my business is doing all right, like that's something to shift the energy and focus the appreciation on. When we can start to get back into that appreciation, we can approach the relationship with a new mindset, right? Sounds like sea salt baths are needed. Absolutely. I agree. Especially since Scorpio is a water sign. I think all the feels and all the emotions are going to be brewing. I don't think I'll be doing a full moon goddess gathering virtually. I'm not doing one in person. I don't have plans to do one virtually, but I'm kind of feeling right now that we might need to. I was on the Tarot one-on-one coaching call earlier, and I was like, you should definitely do the burn the bullshit ritual this weekend. Get rid of some of those thoughts. Okay, enough. I'm going to pull some cards. Let's see what comes up for the week. Whoop, whoop. Cards are flying. Okay, first card for the week. And then I also brought my Shine from the Inside Oracle so we could get one self-care ritual that we can focus on too. Second card. And then last card for this full moon in Taurus. What can we focus on during this eclipse so that we can fully align? Oh, I caught it, y'all. That was magical. So that we can fully align to our authentic self and find that new sense of stability, routine, action in the world. Yeah. You guys ready for this? Hit ready, hit some hearts, let me know. Scorpio is like frozen water. We get a lot of heart and feelings, but it may come off pretty cold until you get to the heart. Yeah, actually, Leanne, who's in here, is also a Scorpio. She posted a funny meme earlier today, and it was like pulling a plastic bag off this big fluffy plant, and it says, Scorpio's heart when they finally meet the right person to give it to. And it's like this unfurling of the plant. It was really beautiful and funny analogy. I feel like, I also think of like a cactus or something, like all that juiciness inside, but like you got to get through the spikes to get to the blossoms, right? And Scorpio I am. Oh my gosh, I love it. You guys are awesome. Okay, we're ready. Let's do this. The first card that comes up is the Strength card. This card has come up quite a bit, actually. My best friend Jessie, who went to our weekend getaway with us, she had me pull cards for her every morning when I was doing mine, and this card came up for her. And it's a reminder to have courage. And actually this month inside the Elevated Live Coaching Club with Chris and I, the topic was on cultivating courage. And it couldn't be more appropriately timed, because with all this fear coming up with these eclipses, we had that eclipse on the new moon on the 14th of October. Now we're ending with this eclipse cycle here on this full moon in Taurus on the 28th. And this is asking you to have courage for your convictions, for your passions, to stand up for what you believe in. It takes a lot of inner strength to be able to navigate the emotions in the mind that all kind of throw you off center and course. So when I see the Strength card in the major arcana, this is a very important time for you to know who you are, to stand in your truth, and to have boundaries to protect you so that you can continue to follow your heart despite the fear or the doubt from other people in your life. This is a card of compassion and focus. So I think it's also a beautiful card of like lust and like getting back into your pleasures and the things that like literally physically light you up. So this is a really great reminder that courage is going to be needed on that next chapter that you're embarking on. Even though, especially because it's unknown, I was gonna say, even though it's unknown, every moment of your life is unknown. So that's a given. I don't know why we like make it a big deal now. We're like, oh my God, but I don't know the next chapter. My client today said, yeah, but I like got married and went to college and got the job and did all the things. And I took that secure route, but like, are you really secure if you're wanting to make those changes and still fearing the unknown? Every moment of your life is unknown. It's going to take courage for you to know that you have what it takes to be able to handle anything that comes your way in the present moment. So where in your life right now, let's do a little reflection. Are you needing to cultivate more courage? Is it speaking up for yourself? Is it enforcing the boundaries? Is it leaving behind an old relationship or a job that isn't serving you? Where do you need to cultivate a little bit more courage in your life? And if that's something you are struggling with and you want to really step into leadership with confidence, then I encourage you to come join us inside the Elevated Life Club, where you can access this masterclass. We guide you through how to cultivate courage and how to stop self-sabotaging. And we also walk you through multiple guided meditations to help reprogram your subconscious mind. That's what makes our trainings in the Elevated Life so fun. It's not just us teaching at you and you have a cool workbook. We actually reprogram the mind to help grasp the concepts and make those deep lasting changes. So courage is required on your journey, especially when you open up and say, I'm going to step into my purpose and serve from my highest good. And I'm going to be a light worker, a leader, and I'm not exactly sure what I'm here to do, but I'm here to make a difference and I want to co-create and be of service. You're definitely stepping into the arena of the unknown. So climbing the corporate ladder looks like one direction. And when you choose to be of service in a spiritual capacity and serve from your highest good and let your soul lead the way, I told my client, it looks like bumper cars. You're like, I'm going really fast. Shit, I hit a wall. Shit, I got to come back. Got to go this way and try again. It's going to be a lot of divine timing and redirection and letting other people's energy get involved. So strength and courage are going to be required for you to step into this next chapter. Really sitting to write and finish my book. Yes, I love that. It does take courage to show up because that procrastination is a form of fear. It's believing that, well, who am I to write this book? Or nobody's going to care about these words. So where in your life can you cultivate a little more courage? Amazing masterclass in TEL, Cultivating Courage. Thank you so much, Leanne. It was so fun. It's like one of my favorite topics. When I went and had a massage by this energy healer, she can read past lives and things like that. And she put her hands on my womb in the massage and she said, Britt, you're here to birth courage. And I, kind of knew what she meant, but also was like, well, that's interesting because I sure as hell am not have birthing children. So I'm here to use my creativity and my gifts and somehow in the world. And now I totally understand that courage, empowerment, the work that I do to help you reclaim that confidence that you've given away because you were born with it, but you dropped it off somewhere to some shitty partner or some parent that didn't approve of you. And now it is my job to help you reawaken that courage and confidence in yourself. So when the strength card comes up, it's a great reminder to tap back into your power and give yourself permission to, I don't know, like trust yourself is really the message that's coming through. Okay, the next one that comes up, another major arcana card, the World shows up. The World. So we've had strength show up for us and now the World. The World is the last card in the major arcana. So we're at that final chapter and closing of a chapter. And with the closing means there's a new beginning. So this completion and accomplishment is a sense of wholeness. Victory. I freaking did it. It's a success card saying that you finally had that attainment or fulfillment or celebration of life, that you're arriving to that place that you set off and embarked on many moons ago. This was a goal that you've been working on your entire life. So it's not just like, I lost my 5 pounds. I finally made it to the end of the chapter. It's like, let's start again. This is a beautiful message that you are at that stage of completion where the major lessons and the major chapters of your life have unfolded for you. And you now have the tools to be able to restart that journey and embark with an open heart and more trust and more faith in the process. So when I see the World coming up with strength, I was serious. You're going to need courage to move into the next chapter, because now the world is saying that those lessons in that major chapter in your life right now are done. I even just told Chris this yesterday. I said, you know how books are like broken up into like 3 main parts, and then there's like chapters within the 3 main parts? I told Chris, I think that first like main third of our book, of our story, is coming to a close right now. And so with the world coming up, it kind of confirms that feeling that I was having as we're all going through a major chapter change, like a scene change, if you will, not just a chapter, but also the scene. So give yourself a little grace and celebration. I'm like, let's throw a party. Like, we fucking made it, y'all. Like, we have been through some shit. We've gone through some emotions. Man, I've been healing through some grief like crazy. I've been crying literally every day. It's been so emotional since Noodles passed, but I'm coming out on the other side. Like, I'm not giving up. I'm not closing down, even though I want to. I'm not doing it. And I can be so proud of myself for that. So I know that there's something that you're celebrating, that you've worked really hard through. You haven't given up, and you finally feel like that sense of like, whew, I fucking did it. We got through it. Same. The world is our oyster. We can get what we want. Absolutely. You just have to decide. Okay, I'm just going to catch up with everyone's comments, make sure I'm all caught up. All right, the last card. Ooh, I love this card. Last card for the week. Full moon in Taurus energy is the 8 of Wands. This is a card of rapid action, manifestation, movement. So with us needing strength and courage to close the chapter and step into a new one, and the 8 of Wands is saying you're going to need speed. This is about time. Once you make that decision to close that chapter, whoo, you're going to be catapulted into that next landscape of what it is that you're desiring to manifest. This card is one of movement and swift change. It is a it's a manifest quickly card. The last time I really pulled this card, we manifested a car that day. Like, when we were in the car accident, we had no car. We had just placed the order that morning, and they said it's going to take 5 months for your car to arrive. I'm like, I don't have a car. I need a car now. And by that afternoon, I got a phone call from another dealer saying the person that ordered the exact same specs and everything that you wanted just didn't show up to their appointment. It's been the 48 hours, and now it's available first come, first serve. So we drove our asses way out into the boonies, and we got that car that day. And when we pulled off the highway, as many of you know, my spirit sign, one of the biggest ones, is a pink car. Even Brooke sent me a pink car just this weekend. So like, it's well known that pink cars are my thing. So when we exited the highway that day, I pulled the 8 of Wands, and I thought, what cool manifestation are we going to create today? Are we going to experience? So I told myself I was open to receive. When we got that phone call, I was like, I'm getting a car today. Let's fucking go. When we exited, there was a pink car sitting at the stoplight, and we made that U-turn, got in. There was someone looking at the car, but my intuition was like, they're just looky-loo. They're not actually going to get it. And we left that day with the car. So when the 8 of Wands comes up, it always reminds me that things can change in an instant. I literally said that at the beginning of this reading. Like, I know that it feels like, I feel like in the muck, and I've been trying to change and nothing's happening. You're so fucking close. So don't give up right now, especially with this reminding you that things can happen instantly. So quick decisions, and also a card of air travel. So if you're planning a trip by plane, this would be a good confirmation if you've been thinking about traveling. So this week, full moon in Taurus, eclipse, lunar eclipse, partial lunar eclipse. We've got strength that comes up. Let me know which card resonates most with you this week for this major chapter change in our life. We've got 2 major arcana cards out of here. So the strength card shows up where you're going to need compassion and courage. You're going to need to activate those desires and that pleasure. Again, we're turning that Scorpio spotlight inward to find what it is that we want and need. The world shows up as a major chapter change. We are finally at that sense of stage of completion. We are ready to move on to the next chapter with more wisdom, more elevation, more enlightenment, more confidence as well. So this is a card of celebration. And then the last one is the 8 of Wands. This is rapid manifestation, quick movement. It's like getting that inspired action and then eliminating the time in between, like worrying, like making a plan, and just fucking going for it. So I think this is going to be a powerful, powerful full moon that helps to release those last little bits of clogged energy that are trapping your magic from getting out into the world. So I think all the desires that you've been asking for and dreaming of, this full moon is going to be the one where we let go and we create the space to call it in. So don't give up, but just keep releasing and creating space and getting clear on what it is that you truly want, because that's that's a lot of what is happening right now is we're just redefining what success means for us. We're redefining what freedom means for us. We're redefining what living a good life or happy life looks like. And I think it's so important for us to give ourselves grace through that growing process. As a collective, I need to be strong and make decisions. Wow, pink cars are also one of my spirit signs. Love that so much. I'm manifesting a completed manuscript before the end of the year, as well as some poetry. I love that. So schedule time to write. That's most important. Schedule time to write. Any questions, thoughts, ideas that are coming up for this full moon in Taurus reading? Let's see, the world chapter changing, well, attempting to. This is a big chapter change. This is one where you're not doing it on your own. Like you've worked so hard to get to this point, and now there's no other option but to change and to shift. The energy has reached its maximum capacity in this sense, and so it has to reinvent itself and start fresh in a new chapter. So I'm very excited to see all the changes that happen from this full moon. Let's see, feeling that 8 of Wands action this Scorpio season. Yeah, this is about when you get an inspired idea, go, 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 go. Don't wait on it. Like there's time to ruminate and there's time to like sit back and assess and logically plan out. But right now the energy is saying when you get that inspired idea, don't fucking hesitate. Go for it, because you are building a brand new, belief system, if you will. You're building a brand new foundation, and how you act and respond over the next, honestly, 10 days from here in Scorpio season is kind of setting the tone for how you're going to experience the rest of this next chapter and season. So start building that foundation intentionally now, while those seeds of manifestation blossom in divine timing. I started to feel like I was going under again, and now I know it's just changes that are making me feel this way. Yeah, if you start to feel that, because I go through that, I go through like a depressed, like I don't want to do this anymore. Like, is this even working? Does this matter? And I lose my shit for like a day or so, and then I pull myself back and I'm like, nope, just keep on going. That's the message is always keep on going, as long as you're going in the direction that feels good for you. If you're not, then that might be the reason why we're throwing a little pity party. And that is usually time for us to clean up our energy, take care of ourselves, prioritize our self-care, and make sure that we're spending more time looking after us. Okay, just checking in. Hello, the Healing Therapist. What a great name. I love that so much. So true. Okay, anything else? Or are we good for this week? I feel like full moon in Taurus, let that shit go, baby. Get grounded and rooted. Find a practice like yoga or taking a walk in nature or working with plants and herbs so that you really get reconnected with your earth energy. Get your feet on the ground. This is a beautiful time to reassess your finances too. Maybe like taking a look over if you use like a mobile app like Mint or something like that tracks all your things. Like maybe just get a lay of the land, kind of reassess where you're at. I think that would be the perfect timing during this Taurus full moon. I met you at the retreat. Oh, yay. Let me see your face. Oh, yes. I love that so much. So freaking cool. Ashley says, and I'm seeing ladybugs everywhere. And remember, you're not alone. Reach out. Yes. If you need that extra support, I'm always here for you. I'm one DM away, or you can reach out to my sisterhood and community, the Shine Tribe Sisterhood. They are always there cheering you on. It's been so wonderful to watch all the students that have joined Shine School for the 2023 round, and seeing like the old alumni cheering them on. And it was so cool to have our coaching call just last week and to get to kind of see where we're at. And it seems like everyone's biggest challenge, I'll leave you with this. Everyone's biggest challenge right now is scheduling it. Scheduling your self-care, scheduling time for your passion projects, and even scheduling time to check in with yourself or with your partner. So the rule number 1 of Shine School is free for you today. Schedule it or it ain't going to happen. So until then, I hope you make sure that you're scheduling self-care, you're cultivating courage. If you need support in that, come join us in the Elevated Life Club so you can access that masterclass and have us on hand as your coaches every single month. And I just am so excited to be back. My energy after taking time off during October is feeling like, okay, let's freaking go. So I have a feeling that you're probably coming back into that groove and finding a new balance in your routine. And I look forward to seeing all the magic that you create. And until then, I will catch you guys later. I've had 2 ladybugs on me 2 days ago. One went down my bra. How fun is that? I love it. I am seeing crows. Yes, that's a powerful sign too. So yeah, pay attention because everything is a sign. Every animal is a totem. Everything has meaning. So pay attention to what's showing up in your reality and make sure that you are really aligning to what feels good for you at this season in your life. Give yourself permission to tune in. The Elevated Life Club is awesome. Monthly connections and lives. Yes, yes. Come join us in the Elevated Life Club for our group coaching and yoga, meditation, and breathwork practice. Okay, I think that's it for Woo Woo Wednesday today. It's been so good to see you guys and be back live and share this energy. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, you can always go to brittneycarmichael.com/tarot and you can book a one-on-one 1-hour private reading. And I can't wait to see what chapter changes happen for you as you courageously explore Scorpio season. And until then, I hope you release all the bullshit on this full moon in Taurus this Saturday, the 28th. And I look forward to seeing you guys on the other side. I'll see you later. Bye.